Hello, we are Assembly RC, and we are composed of
Carter Bishop, Steve Fishman,
Andrew Shea.
and I'm Frankie Ferraca. What do you guys think was one of the most popular and one of the coolest tech gifts this Christmas? Take a guess. Okay, well, drones.
The drone.
Drones.
The drone.
The market for these things are increasing at a staggering rate of $66 billion by 2025. That's $6.6 billion per year. We found this statistic out and we were enthralled. We loved the idea of getting into a market that was brand new and only was going to go up. So we started to break it down, and we started to think of the factors that went into the $66 billion figure. We came to the conclusion that obviously, with a $66 billion increase, there's going to be more people getting into the hobby. So we went out and conducted some interviews. We interviewed people getting into the hobby, and we came back with two different groups. We came back with a group that wanted to just fly it, and we came back with a group that wanted to just fly it, and we came back with a group that wanted to make it their own, make it special, and they wanted to make it personal. So that's where we came up with the idea of a build your own drone with Assembly RC.
Sign me up. Oh. We just got a techie person.
Yes.
And what we were planning to be is to be a non-stop shop for building your own drone. We wanted people to be able to buy it, build it, and fly it all in the same day. Much like a drone that you go buy off a shelf. And Andrea is going to tell you why we're so special and why we're better than everyone else. But I'll give you guys the Cliff Notes version right now. If you want to build your own drone, you need to go to website A, website B, website C, and website D, and buy them all. And there's no instructions. There's no way to know how to put it together. And you have to solder them, and I don't even know what that is.
You do now.
Yeah. So we decided we would be a box with all the parts in it, and we would come with a detailed instruction manual that a basic high school student could create. That looks like that. It would also come with a controller. And I mentioned a specific group of people that we're marketing towards, and Carter will talk to you guys about them right now.
Okay, so we found that there are 800,000 hobbyists in the U.S. alone. Therefore, we took that and we multiplied it by our $220 price point, and we got $176 million. Of that, that's okay. Of that, we found that we divided that by 50 because there are 50 states, and we honed in on Illinois, and we got $3.52 million as our sample.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about our pricing. Our COGS are $144, and we're going to go into exactly what that is in just a minute. And we're planning on selling it for $220, as Carter just said. And that is based off the cost plus price model, and that leaves us with a profit of about 40% margin. Specifically for our COGS, it's $4 for the packaging, $90 for the parts such as motors and rotors, and $50 for the controller. For a total of $144.
So now we get into our SG&A costs. And for our insurance, we need a product liability insurance, which runs us about $700 a month. And that'll cover us from any accidents that users will, they hurt themselves because of the rotors and all that. But that'll cover us from any accidents. And then our website for Weebly, we need a $200 subscription for 6 months in order to sell our product on their website. And then our advertisement is $900, and what we plan on doing is advertising on DIY Drone Kit forum. So basically it's a forum where hundreds of thousands of people go and they talk about and collaborate about what they like about these drones, and then like specifically what they like, the disadvantages and all that. That leaves us for a total of $9,700 for year one. This goes up in our year 2 through 5 because we decided to take out a $50,000 salary and then divide by 5, so $10,000 for each of us.
So here is our 5-year model, and we are expecting to grow between 44 to 80% each year, which is mostly based on the fact from CNN that the market itself is growing by about 44% each year for the next 10 years. So if we just keep the same presence within that time period, we should grow by that much, but we're also going to be hitting these drone forums, as Stephen just said, where we'll be able to really hit the target audience for our product.
And as for the competitors, one of our main competitors is Robot Shop, and they offer a drone kit, but obviously As you can see, it requires a flight controller, battery, charger, and remote, so that all does not even come in the kit itself. Once you add up all those, the extras, that's $670. And obviously, you kind of need to be experienced to even know what those things are, what they do. Like, you gotta know to buy it online. So that's what makes us different. We are for beginners, and they can build it and get all the components in one kit. As for other competitors, we have DJI. They have a drone kit, but the instructions are very unclear. So it says it's for beginners, but it's not as intricate as we're hoping to get with the beginners learning about drones. Also, theirs is about double our price. And then for the drone files, they are geared towards beginners, or they have drones for beginners, and you can't really build them. They're just like the drones, and if you break it, you probably won't know how to put it back together. And then for LEGO Mindstorms, it's geared towards ages 9 to 12, and we're gearing like a little bit older than that, and also it's double our price, and it's a robot, build-your-own robot.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Our MVP is already up and running right now. We have our website at assemblyrc.com. Go check it out. And we have a hybrid MVP, which is a combination of two different types. We have a landing page and a new feature button. Our landing page is that previous website that we just showed, and you can read all about what we are, what we're made of, and read about us and who we are. We're also having, and then when you press buy now on our website, you are redirected to another page that says fill this survey out for a chance to win a free drone. And we funneled this so that we're getting info that we actually want to hear, and that it will actually help us benefit in our website, and benefit us to improve our website and our drone. And we also have this new feature button, which is helping us gauge if we have an experienced audience looking to expand their knowledge, or if we have a brand new, fresh audience that is coming straight from anywhere else. We're driving people to our MVP with advertising on blogs. We have a DIY drone blog, which fits us perfectly because it's do-it-yourself drones, and that's what we are. And we also are aiming at an airplane RC blog. I don't know the exact name of it, but Mr. Getzy said that we could advertise on there for free. And that fits us perfectly because they're in a different hobby, and they might be looking to get into the drone hobby. So we're going to drive people to our website, and Fishman will talk about what we're going to do with those people and how we're going to measure it.
So for our key metrics, we plan on using Google Analytics to track the amount of users and the amount of clicks they do on our website through Google Analytics. And then Weebly Analytics also, we paid a subscription through that where we can see the number of unique users and the number of people that the number of people that clicked on to our website as well. And then also through Google and Weebly, we will see the number of surveys that are completed and see what they responded, and that'll give us a chance to see if they qualify for a free drone. So for our timeline, we plan on having a prototype of our drone in February. Then what we're planning on doing with that drone is we plan on to take it to the Barrington Business Fair in April. We plan on showing it around, flying it around, trying to get people to actually see our product, and then we'll give them business cards and flyers so that they can remember us, and then we plan on to opening our store in June, which will allow us to sell our products, and then shortly after that we plan on testing out some new products. So through the surveys that have been completed, a lot of people have shown that they want a camera to be attached to the drone, and we were thinking that we might want to sell that as an additional product so that they can buy it as well as the kit, or along with the kit. And then in June, we plan on to add those products to our store.
All right, so we need your guys' investment to make any of this possible. We're asking for $250 to finish our prototype drone, as Carter showed off. And we also want to come through with that promise of a chance to win a free drone. We're also asking for $150 for Weebly, and we can sell it right now, but it adds a 3% transaction cost and adds .weebly to the URL. We want to look as professional as possible, so we want to get rid of that. We're also asking for advertisement. And these costs cover we want to get some t-shirts out, and we want to send a email campaign to all the surveys we've gotten. And that would update them on what we are and what's going on with us. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for coming and watching or listening to us talk for 10 minutes. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask us right now. Or if we can't get to them, email us at assemblyrctechnology@gmail.com. We really do believe, we really do believe we have a fantastic product with an even greater team behind it, and we will not disappoint you. We want to be the kid you won't forget.
So are any of you hobbyists in the drone? All right. So I was thinking as you were presenting here, there was two business models going through my brain. One was the model airplane that used to happen when we all built model airplanes, and the other was Build-A-Bear. And I thought, this would be an outrageously cool retail experience for Build-A-Bear, where you went in and built a drone. The model airplane model, which you're taking of a kit, doesn't allow you to customize it, doesn't allow you to personalize it, and by the way, comes with instructions. I'm freaked out. I buy that and I'm like, oh God, I don't even know if I can handle it. But if somebody was in the room and I can go station to station to station, and I can have kids' birthday parties, and everyone can build a drone or whatever you're doing with it, it could be.
I had the exact same reaction, Michael. I was expecting actually something different from your setup, a Build-A-Bear concept. I would it would have a lot of accessories. I could build however I wanted it, what colors. I would make it whatever size, big, small, indoor, outdoor, all these things. And so, versus a kit, you know. And so my question is, can I just buy it already assembled? Because there's, you know, since it's one type, basically.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's with a camera, without, I understand that, with a controller, without, but, so I think Michael's onto something with like, what model are you going for? The kit or something more?
So initially, we're just doing the one model.
Yeah.
But we were like definitely looking to expand the variety of what you can purchase from us. But since there's just so many options, we can't really go into like
No, I understand, yeah, I understand it, yeah.
So where does the personalization come in? If a customer can only order black, in essence,
And that's,
then is that running counter to the customer segment you're trying to reach?
you might have oversold it.
So I think the customization comes from where if you rig your drone and you fly it into a tree and then you have to fix it, you're able to get the parts that we have on our website, and then you can customize it yourself. So you can kind of change the layout. So it's not necessarily that every drone is going to be different.
Carter, you just suggested something very different than you pitched. You're going to have a website where you can buy a number of different replacement parts. That's one model. Or you're going to send it.
Eventually, yes. So we want to launch the kit first, but then eventually, obviously, we know people are going to end up breaking things. So that would be added
So then you buy
to additional
replacement
products.
Okay, but as of now, the business model is
The kit.
uh,
One kit.
the equivalent of a model airplane coming in a box.
Yes.
No, I'd look at it differently. I'd look at it as the market that's building their own PC. And when you build your own PC, you're generally a techie, edgy person, and your processor was faster, and your disk drive was bigger for a less cost. So I thought what I was hearing is $670 was the one kit. You're way under market at the moment, $200, $300, whatever you're at. But I thought I heard is you're going to get a better drone that you're going to spend less money on, and you build it yourself. It's not as much customizable, which is a whole different market.
So you can buy a different hard drive equivalent to the.
Well, that's what it has to be quicker, faster, long. You know, they go a half mile as your standard. Some go a mile. You'd have to tweak that.
The additional parts would be added into our, after we're selling just the kits, then we could look into, better motors or lighter props, things like that, so that you can customize it to yourself.
Faster
You kind of
speeds.
need to right-size the pitch to the promise to what you're actually offering. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, if
You're
you
offering a cheaper kit online than most places are offering.
We're offering, it's going to be a lot cheaper as opposed to her 670 price line. And we're also planning on making it, so if you go to DJI and you want to go make your own drone, with the parts that they have.
This is actually one of their kits, right here.
This is a basic prototype, or
Sure.
pre-prototype.
Pre-prototype.
Sure.
But they didn't sell you all the parts in one box.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So,
You wanna explain?
okay, so this right here is not the full drone. Our mentor, Mr. Getzi, owns Motion RC, and basically he gave this to us as a little present. But this is half of the actual kit. So this is $200 right here, but it's another $200 for the extra parts like the electronics, things that go into actually flying the drone. So this is more of the framework and the initial wiring of it. But one of the problems with this is the soldering. I mean, if somebody doesn't know how to do that, they have to go out and buy a soldering iron or find someone to teach them how to do that. So we want our kit to be as simple as it's almost plug and play, but at the same time you're learning how to build it at the same time. And how it works.
So, I'm just really fixated maybe on this Build-A-Bear concept.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, and here's what's happening. I don't get what you're doing. I get the idea of assembly, and then I'm hearing you're gonna compete on price, but that's $200 and your whole thing's gonna cost $200. So if this is just a price play to say we can get you a drone that you build for cheaper than a fully assembled functional drone, that's an interesting model, and it takes advantage of a booming industry. So maybe there's some benefit just to compete on price strictly and the do-it-yourself model.
You're also getting everything in.
So, but that's very easy for someone to say, gosh, we'll buy the whole kit. It's just it's a way to organize the
But
product.
opposed to like, if you go on DJI and you want to go buy a kit, you need to buy the framework and you need to buy a bunch of specific different other things. We're having this all in one small.
But how difficult is it for that competitor to just copy that? Wouldn't it take about 2 minutes for them to say, gosh, if you're doing it all, you can buy these 5 things. Buy the whole kit at once. That's the whole thing you're saying is we're going to bundle, make it easier to bundle it all together.
And we're also, our unique value proposition is, as you mentioned, we're cheaper, or we're more cost effective. We're also planning on being better parts-wise, and it'll compete.
Well, how are you going to be better and cheaper at the same time?
Because Carter's looked extensively at the prices of specific parts from different websites, and he's gotten the cheapest, sorry, my voice is cracking. The least expensive parts that they have. We're planning on being better because we simply can with our extensive research into the price of each part. So our rotor, our rotor is is planning on being better than a competitor's, while also being easier for us to purchase and cheaper or more cost effective for us to purchase.
How long would it take if you ordered the kit with the control and say a GoPro camera, because that's probably the most common use case? How long would it take a newbie hobbyist to assemble?
So
Yeah, who knows how to solder? That's it.
Exactly.
So it has a soldering tool and knows how to solder.
we want it to be around under 2 hours because obviously people start to build things and they just get bored and they're like, I'll pick it up tomorrow, and it ends up being 2 months later. So we figured that 2 hours is probably the right time frame because then in one day you're able to buy it, build it, and then fly it in the same day. So you're getting everything. At this moment, we don't have a complete prototype, and that's part of what we're asking money for, so that we can get everything together and have it built by different types of people, so beginners, people who have knowledge in the area, and things like that, so we can kind of figure out where we are.
Do you have to have, to this design
1 minute.
forum that really knows what has an interest and would know what to do? Do you need the prototype to show them, or could you do a survey with just that group? It's probably a large group, and ask how many would be interested in buying this type of thing at such a price point. I mean, would that be another way to gauge interest, and if there's a market?
Can you repeat the beginning of the question? I didn't get a figure.
In a targeted audience like the Design Your Own
DIY.
Drone Forum,
Yeah.
like the forum.
Yeah.
Could you survey them to find out gauge interest and price point?
So do you need a prototype?
Yeah, do you need a
before you-
prototype did you gauge interest that way?
No, but we plan on using the prototype because if we go to job or business fairs or like fly around in the park and go show it to people,
Right.
we're gonna need something that we can actually
Yeah,
fund
no, I
and post to a
get it,
survey.
yeah.
But I think a survey could work for people who
Yeah.
are online and doing it yourself already.
I think the feedback is there's some skepticism on the differentiation against your competitors. So shouldn't we, on the MVP, have them try some things, the Build-A-Bear concept, or going down market for parties and making an affordable drone that the kid's party, walks away with the drone. It's not gonna be $250, that's a different market for $400. It would have to be a different drone completely, they'd pay a premium for it.
Well, it's not the party, it's the birthday kid goes, hey, what I want for my birthday is to go to build a drone.
But no, well,
Not to bring the whole party.
What I want is a number, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm assuming they wouldn't do a retail store, Michael, right now, let's go to a home.
No, but you could do you could do this as a pop-up, you could do it as a party.
It'd have to be something like that.
I would do it with one drone. One drone.
Do we want them to explore that as an option, is the question?
Well, let's try to be real practical. You have an idea for an MVP. Your MVP is to, just explain it again to us real quick, what you want to do.
What's your MVP?
Oh, our MVP is, we have our website and we're trying to get information on if, like,
Got it.
exactly what you said, and if we're like actually aiming at a experienced market, which you mentioned, or a new market. And we are just trying to drive people to our website, and we're trying to gauge what our website is doing and how we're doing as a company, and if we can change for the better, or what we should
So
change.
that doesn't do it for me. That's not gonna, you're gonna get surveys and people are gonna, we want to figure out a way that people would be interested in building their own product. So let's think about a way to do that. I don't know if we can do it under Hog's 10 seconds rule here.
So for example, robotics clubs.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable market to go after. There's some
Yeah.
mechanical, playful, interested in personalization. You can kind of get a sense of, if you demonstrate even just the rough that you have, what's the level of interest, and it can be done when parents are in their pockets. Just trying to build off of how we gauge interest.
Well,
I go 350 and then try to broaden your market. I think that's what you're trying to do, is evaluate really what the market is. And against your competitors.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, so,
And if we did go on to that DIY blog, we want to make sure that we are better than our competitors. And see if, would you rather do this or would you rather do this? And if we get everyone saying, we want to do that.
How much?